In this video, I'd like to share how the world generation system in my game works. It's broken down into a few different stages, but I want to start with the stage that was the hardest to implement, the biomes. One of the first problems I ran into was many methods don't offer that much control over where biomes would generate. For this reason, one of the most common methods for generating biomes, called Parlor Noise, notably used in Minecraft, won't work. Instead, I had to get creative. I opted for a variation of a technique called Voronoi noise. We start by placing a starting point for each biome. Around each starting point, we'll place a few more points, with the amount varying depending on how big we want each biome to be. For example, if we wanted a biome to be extra large, we can just place a ton of extra points. After that, we diffuse each point away from each other, and we're left with a kind of cloud for each biome. Since my game is tile-based, we'll need a grid to represent our world. Each tile will look for the closest biome point and be assigned to that biome. Here's what just the biome generation alone looks like in-game. Stage 2, the terrain. Since terrain does not need to generate at a specific position, we can use our good old friend Parlor Noise. We'll take our existing world grid and overlay a noise texture on top of it. Then, where the value passes a threshold, terrain tiles are placed. The resulting terrain is a bit too smooth though. By layering several layers of noise on top of each other called octaves, we get a much more natural result. Here's what the terrain generation looks like in-game. Stage 3. Placing decorations like trees and rocks. Similarly to how we generate terrain, Parlor Noise is also used to generate groups of decorations. The problem is this creates a solid blob that looks a bit strange. To fix this, instead of always placing a tree, some trees will be left out based on a % chance that we can tweak. For other types of decorations like rocks, we'll ignore the Parlor Noise and just keep the random chance so the rocks get evenly spaced instead of grouping like the trees. With these 3 steps combined, we get a very customizable world generation algorithm. If you're looking for more resources, I'll leave some links in the description. Anyways, here's what all the steps combined look like in-game. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.